Hello YouTube, it's your boy Big G back with another review because right now I am actually messed up after watching what I just saw, sort of. Um, so I just watched Inception. This video might not be as quick as I would want it to be, but I will try to make it as quick as possible, so it's not super long. Uh, oh my god, okay. First of all, I love Christopher Nolan. I just love all of his movies actually. I love him, I love his ideas, I love his movies. I mean, I haven't met someone who doesn't love them. I have met people who haven't seen his movies, but I haven't met people who don't love his movies after they do watch them. I have seen confused people, of course, and I have not been one of them so far, and I'm not one today. I understand what happened. I will try to break it down for you as quick as I can. Okay, so Inception is about a few people. So it all starts with a simple image, right? So first of all, in the movie, the imagery, the shots, the graphics, everything is just beautiful, well shot, just amazing. Like especially the waves, the way they do the waves. The first thing you see is Leonardo DiCaprio getting washed up on shore. You don't know what the hell's going on. So he gets washed up on shore, he gets arrested, sort of, and then is presented before a very old man who asks him if he's here to kill him. And then, while Leonardo's eating his food a little bit as quick as possible, and then he just looks up like he's surprised in a sense. And then everything cuts off. And then it cuts back to Leonardo doing a job for that against that same old person, but he's a young person in that. So the way the movie started off is Leonardo is like a contract person who takes contracts and tries to extract information from people's heads. So the way the movie does it is first they show you a job, right? And that job fails. So they try to extract something from this technology company owner's mind, like vital information, and they've been hired to do this, and they're going to be paid handsomely, but they fail because all these company CEOs have been trained for this kind of thing, trained for mind kidnapping or whatever, right? Or mind extortion or whatever you want to say. So they fail, but then the owner of the guy who was having a job done on himself, let's say, that guy who catches Leonardo red-handed sort of sees potential and says, okay, you know what, I know your situation, I know you can't go home for a particular reason that we don't know at a time. So he knows he can't go home, and he promises, you know what, if you do this for me, if you do a job for me, then I promise you can go home. That's your payment, pretty much. And he says, you know what, I'll do anything to go home. I want to go see my kids, pretty much, right? And he's unable to go home. We don't know why yet. So he takes on a job to incept someone. So inception is the idea of planting an idea or a very simple narrative in someone's mind, but very deeply, that it becomes part of their personality, part of their life, part of their mindset, part of their thinking, pretty much. Only Leonardo has done this before, as we don't know in the movie, but he says that I know it's possible. Everyone else thinks it's impossible, but he knows it's possible, and he's like, I can do it. I just need time. I need the right people. And he takes on the job. And so then you go on a quest with him to recruit certain people that he would need to incept the idea into another person's mind. So the job is to incept an idea into another technology company owner's head, whose father is dying, and the complete ownership and power of the company will be in, let's say, person X's hand, and person Y, the competitor, is given a job to Leonardo to incept an idea into person X's mind, pretty much, which would entail that person X's company will not become the superpower in technology industry, but then it would entail that that person X would think for himself and that he would break his company down a little bit, so then the competitors have a chance. The competitors have a fighting chance or whatever, right? That's the whole thing, pretty much. So then he recruits the people. Now, me being an architecture student, this movie is like gold to architects and architecture students, because you need an architect in order to go into someone's mind, because the concept is that in the past, the way the movie explains it, in the past, military invented some kind of technology that would put soldiers to sleep, and in their dreams, soldiers would train. So when they die, they don't really die. They would just wake up, let's say. That way, the training is super real. And they also used it for, let's say, information extracting. So let's say if they kidnapped someone, or if they found someone that they need information from, like another another country's soldier or whatever, then they would put him to sleep, sort of extract the information that they need rather than interrogating him, and then that's how they would do it. So Leonardo and people, they got this technology, I don't know from where, it doesn't explain, and that I think is a flaw of the movie. It doesn't explain how they got it. It doesn't explain how it works properly. They just have the idea that, okay, it works. There's this suitcase, you attach it to your arm and it puts you to sleep as it injects you with the serum or something, and you can go into people's mind and either plant an idea or take something away, pretty much, right? And after that, you learn that, first of all, the deeper you go, so if it's a dream within a dream, then the initial dream, let's say real life 5 hours to first dream is 10 hours. But then if you go a step further, then real life 5 minutes is first dreams 1 hour. However, second dreams is like a week or something. So real life 5 minutes, first dream is 1 hour. A deeper, if you incept again, go into a deeper dream, a secondary dream, let's say, that would be a week. And then if you go a third dream, which is very impossible, as said by the initial starting of the movie, third one, that would be like 6 months or something. So it's drastic. Like, time slows down because your mind works faster, and that's the whole concept. Now, the concept is very clear. It's believable. It's actually amazing. I wish stuff like that existed, actually. I hope it doesn't, actually, but I wish it did. Hoping is I hope it doesn't, because that means anyone can change anyone's mind very easily. And I wish it did, because it would just be amazing to just do that, you know? To have like a class exercise, go into someone's mind, make something. So that's the whole idea. And the way you come out of the dream, technically, if you just use that machine, is by killing yourself. You kill yourself, you wake up. Simple as that. So what they did initially to the first business technology company owner was go dream within a dream. So 2 dreams. As in dream, initial, and then inside that dream. So then when you wake up, you go into the first dream, then you wake up again, then you come to reality. But they failed, right? So now they're trying to incept this guy and plant an idea, and the way to do that is to go they have to go at least 3 steps in. They have to go dream, and inside that dream, right? And they have to plant an idea in like the person's deep mind, which is like a safe or whatever. So he would think that he had the idea, not someone else. Because if the mind knows that someone else had the idea, they wouldn't really act on it. That's how I think the movie went about it. I could be wrong about that one, but I'm not particularly sure. They did explain it though. Now, while recruiting, so that's what I was on. While recruiting, he recruits a chemist so they can have better serum. So if they get hit by something, they wouldn't wake up easily because they need more time. That's the first thing. The second thing they have is a really good imaginative person. So that's, I forgot the actor's name, but that's the first person he recruits, and that is pretty much a person who is so good with his imagination that he can take form of a person that you know. So if they incept me, they can take a form of, let's say, my girlfriend or my parents that I trust so much, and I would see that person, but I would see, let's say, my mom, but it would be that person. I was just having a conversation with them in my head, and I would tell them everything, which is brilliant per se, and they show that in the movie. The guy takes the persona, let's say, or makes company owner X think that his godfather is in front of him, while it's actually the guy recruited in the dream. I'll get to that. Anyway, so that's who he recruits, and then he recruits an architect, pretty much an architect student. So he goes to one of his friends who taught him, who's, I think, a professor at an architecture institute somewhere in the United States, which he's not supposed to be, but he gets access to it somehow because of the rich guy who's gave him a job. He goes there, gets the most brilliant student. Now, the brilliant student, as soon as she starts to learn what happens, how do you, like, and then she does all weird stuff and defies physics in the mind, and she learns that as soon as you're in someone else's head and you're manipulating their dreams, the subconscious, the more you manipulate it and change things, the more the subconscious will be alert and will try to attack you and eliminate you, because the mind is not in control. Someone else's mind is in control of, let's say, your mind, technically. And we experienced that, right? And I think that part was cool. You know, the planning, the recruitment, the making of the worlds, let's say, was just, and the practice and everything was just brilliant. Now, another thing that I need to explain in order to everyone to understand the movie, I guess, is the totem. The totem tells you if you're in a dream or in reality. Totems can be different things. If a thing you have is spinning, let's say, the main thing that they show in the movie, then if it continues spinning continuously and never stops, then you're in a dream. But if it stops spinning and falls down, you're not in a dream. Similarly, if you have a chess piece, which the girl makes for herself, you put it flat and you try to knock it down. If you can't knock it down, then you're in a dream. If you hit it and it knocks down and it falls on the ground or on the table or whatever, then you're not in a dream. Similarly, one of the characters use a dice. Complexity, weight, feel of the dice, and I guess the roll of it or something will tell you that you're not in a dream. But let's say if it feels heavier than it's supposed to, or it's smoother than it's supposed to be, then you're in a dream. Something like that. I don't know. It's different for everyone. Everyone has their own totem or something. Now, I love the totem idea, because that gives them a way out. It tells them where they are, so they don't lose sight of reality. I love the whole concept. I have one issue, is that there were just so many rules and so many things to keep up with that you might lose track and you might have to watch this movie again. And it's a lot to take in. Yes, it's a lot to take in, and that's the beauty of the movie. It's like an architectural building. It's like, it's so simple, yet once you walk into it, it's so complex, and I just love that. I just love that part of the movie. Being an architecture student myself, but I just love that part of the movie, and that's a flaw, but I love that flaw. So far, I love everything about the movie. And then as you progress in the movie, you see Leonardo's wife, as a subconscious, keeps interrupting his work in the dream world and interrupt it just because she wants him to come deeper down and live with her. And then as the movie progresses, we finally find out what the movie is actually about. Now let me break it down this way. So the movie is actually a murder mystery. That's how I saw it. Leonardo and his wife were both people that love to go into dreams and live the world. So they went experimenting after, of course, marriage and having kids. Experimenting, they went in so deep, they went right into their subconscious, and then they made their own world. They started living there. They lived like 50 years. And the wife was convinced that this is their reality, and then she didn't want to leave. And then Leonardo was convinced that we have to get back to our children eventually. So what he does is, throughout the movie, he tells us that she did this, but in the end, we find out that he did this in order to help her, but he harmed her. It's like unknowingly, sort of. So throughout the movie, he tells us that she locked something away so precious that she had the notion that she was in reality and she never wanted to leave. So what he did was he went into her deep mind vault, let's say. So the totem that he shows throughout the movie, which is a spinning thing, that totem is actually his wife's. So what his wife did was she put it flat on the ground, indicating that this is reality, and she locked it away. So in her head, the idea came that this is real, this is reality. So what we're living, where we are, it is reality. Now he goes in order to get her out of there and go to real life. What he does is he opens the vault, picks up the totem, spins it, and it keeps spinning because it is in a dream. So it keeps spinning and he locks it. So the wife thinks that, okay, this is not reality, we got to go back. And then they kill themselves, so they come back. But what happens is the wife continues to, even while after coming to reality, she continues to think that this is fake. This is not reality, and we have to kill ourselves again to go back to reality, to go back to our children. Which is, in my opinion, one of the best reveals I've seen. It's like he struggles with his wife's subconscious. He struggles to face his wife all throughout the whole movie. He goes back every night dreaming and trying to live with his wife because he's already spent a lifetime with him. He loves her so much that he can't be without her. At the same time, he can't be with her. So, and he can't even like shoot her even if he knows that, oh yeah, it's just a dream. I shoot her, she's gonna be back in another dream or whatever, right? He loves her so much that he can't let go of her at all. So she keeps interrupting and disrupting and all that stuff. And just because throughout the movie he has this guilt, a deep guilt, such desire to keep his wife alive and such desire to not face the fact that he tells himself he didn't kill his wife, but by doing what he did kill his wife. He broke a promise. He broke her trust. He went too far. He wanted to experiment. He wanted to go deeper and deeper. And then eventually he went so deep that they lost notional reality. And then in order to come back, he broke her so much so that she actually did kill herself. And in my opinion, that is his fault. And yes, he's guilty. He felt guilty about it so much, but that's the beauty of the movie, I think. That made the movie just amazing for me. That was like, holy damn. That was like, you actually did kill her. You feel like you did, and you tell yourself you didn't, but you did. And I just love that part about it. I couldn't stress that enough. So eventually, he lets go of her. He kills her in the deepest part. And he tells himself that, you know what? The complexity, the incomplexities of my wife, I could never imagine those. So whatever I'm seeing is just unreal. It's like I can never grasp the true self that is, the true person that is my wife, my love, the love of my life. And so therefore, you're irrelevant. And it's okay for me to let you go. Eventually, he accepts that. And yes, the girl played a big part. The girl, the architecture student who kept pushing him, kept asking him, kept bringing him back, kept telling him that he's putting his whole team in danger and his mission in danger and everything. So what happens is, so they start incepting, right? So they start incepting the company owner X's mind. So they go deep, they kidnap him in that first thing, then they go, and then they try to extract numbers of the safe because they need. That's the safe of his mind. It's not the safe. It's not like a real life safe. It's like the safe of his mind. The code of that. They plant an idea into his head that a safe would have a certain number of digits to open. So he uses those exact digits in the third dream, which I'll get to. So in the first dream, that's what they do. They kidnap him and they give him a notion that a safe has a certain number of combination, and he makes up those combinations, like first numbers he thinks in his head. Then they go deeper, and what happens is they make him believe that he is dreaming and that his subconscious is fighting him, and his subconscious has sent Leonardo to help him. So what they do is, and then they make him believe that his godfather is the one holding him back because his godfather knows something that he doesn't know that his father told him. And they also plant this idea that he is his own man and that he should make his own decision, first of all. Then they go deeper into his mind, but they tell Company X's owner that you're going into your godfather's mind, but technically what they're actually doing is going into his mind further in. And what they try to do is have him open a vault that would show his father telling him that I was disappointed not because you not because you didn't do what I told you to do or whatever. I'm disappointed because you thought that you had to be me, but you had to just be yourself. And then when he opens his vault, puts in the numbers that he thought of, like 5 to whatever, which was the first numbers he thought of in the very first dream, into the third dream, third level down, he opens the vault and he sees his spinning wheel or whatever, which shows freedom. Like it symbolizes your own man. And then he leaves the vault open, which means you're your own man, make your own decisions. Your father wants you to do this, and they succeed. Then eventually they all pull back. But during the whole thing, in the first dream, the owner of company Y gets injured, and the thing that Leonardo never told everyone throughout the movie was that, until the very first dream, that if you die here, you go into limbo. Now, limbo is a concept that if you die in a very deep dream, based on the liquid that they use to go into the dream, you'll be stuck in limbo, as in the place that he was with his wife for like 50 or something years till you're old, until someone comes and gets you, technically, because you will think that that is your reality, and you won't leave because you won't be able to kill yourself. So the owner of Company Y goes into limbo. Leonardo knows this, and then right when everyone comes out, Leonardo doesn't. He stays in, and then he stays in limbo, and he finds company owner Y, brings him back, because in limbo it's like 50 years is like not even 10 seconds or something in real life. So he finds him in limbo, brings him back. They're all back onto the plane, where the plane was 10 hours from wherever they were to like Los Angeles or something like that. And they succeed. And he had to bring company owner Y in order to go back home, in order to meet his kids, in order to fulfill the contract, to get paid for the contract, which was being able to go to the United States, being able to meet his kids. Oh, one thing I didn't mention, why couldn't he go back home? Well, once coming with his wife, when they came back to reality and she was trying to kill herself, she pushed him so much that on their anniversary, she called him over to a hotel room, and then she was like, either you jump with me and come back to reality, which is what she thought. And during that, she wrote a letter to the attorney saying that she fears for her life and she thinks her husband's going to kill her. So the law thinks that Leonardo did kill his wife, which was actually kind of true. And then when she does kill herself, he has to run away. Otherwise, he would be put into prison because he has no proofs except for a mind-boggling story about dream inception. And the only way he knew Inception works is because he tried it on his wife and killed her for it. Oh my god, that movie was just honestly amazing. If I missed something, guys, please let me know. I think overall this movie is literally a 9.5. I'm only taking a 0.5 away because I think I need a little bit more backstory on the technology that they use to go into the dreams and how it works, because they just skipped over that, or sort of. But Christopher Nolan's really good in his logic and making things very believable. And this was very believable. Every motive was very believable. Every story within the story was very believable. And I understood the movie. Anyways, guys, but do let me know if you didn't understand the movie, or if what did you guys think of the movie? Please comment below and let me know what did you guys think of the movie. What point did I miss? If you liked the movie or not, because I loved the movie. You can tell I am still like messed up so much that I can't keep thinking about it. Like, anyways, guys, please do like and subscribe, guys. Please do support the channel. I tried to keep it short, but there was just so much to unravel. There was so much information there. I had to get it all out there. But anyways, it's a solid 9.5. I could not find many flaws, and then the ones I found were just actually made the story so much better that I thought that, oh my god, I just love the flaws. So yeah, solid 9.5. Love the movie. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the movie. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Peace out.